Hey guys, so you may be wondering where I was the past 2 months. This is my third take, so let's just see if I can get it this time. So I had a stroke. Okay, let me kill. I had a stroke. Let me kill off two things that I think are very stereotypical kind of about it. So number one, it's a weight thing. No, it's not a weight thing. It's actually not. It's an anybody thing. Anybody can get it. Um, Number two, it's brought on by weight. it's not. It's not brought on by weight. It's not a weight thing. I swear. It's both points that I have to make. It's not a weight thing. Okay. In my case, it was hereditary. Like high blood pressure and diabetes is hereditary for me. So the only that diabetes was taken care of, but the high blood pressure was not. So there's that. So, okay, let me go through my stroke really fast. Okay, so I was asleep when I had my stroke. I woke up and I was disoriented. I don't drink or smoke or do anything. So I'm trying something new here. Okay, I'm like mixing the colors, but anyway. Um, so I got out of bed after being asleep, and the room was spinning, I was vomiting, I couldn't speak, couldn't talk, but I was able to dial my mom help. As soon as the EMTs were here, they treated me horribly. I would not recommend being an EMT unless just saving lives is part of your gig. Like, if I would say, like, walking in and you judge me based off either my race, my age, am I on drugs, whatever, don't judge a person because you can cost a person a lot and stuff by doing something like that. If you have prejudices because of like probably because of the way I look, to be honest, because I do have colorful hair, I do have tattoos. I don't do that stuff, but I don't probably look like I do that stuff. I just like to look like this. um, don't become an EMT. I won't go over everything that happened, but they were. Let's just say I stayed conscious because I knew they were bad. Until I felt that car move, that ambulance move, and my mom did end up coming and she was behind them and everything like that, but she wasn't in the thing with me. Until I felt that thing move, I was not gonna pass out. Like I really wasn't. So kind of just I'll go over everything. I'll go over everything. So I was in a hospital for 12 days total. So I was in a hospital and then I was also in a rehab, inpatient rehab. So when I was in a hospital, I didn't realize, and they were treating me very well. The nurses were great. There's only one nurse I had an argument with, but besides that, she wouldn't give me my meds. Like, she refused to agree that I hadn't been checked on in an hour and a half, which is true. Like, I hadn't, and I didn't get my bedtime medicine, which I really need, but I still take now. So I actually do need that because I had a stroke while I was asleep. so it was like a whole fight with her and like hematologist, and it was like a whole thing. But anyway, most of them were actually pretty good to me. One offered me half a cookie. She was pretty cool. But basically, like, yeah, I mean, I didn't realize that I had a stroke because I got up and I like fell automatically. I got up to use the bathroom and I fell because I didn't realize I had an acute right cerebral hemorrhage, which means the right side of your head, which probably looks like left to you guys, but the right side, is basically gone. It's the best way to really kind of like explain it to people. It's like you're not like you're paralyzed, but you have to relearn everything. Like, you lose like your motor control on your right hand and your right leg and stuff. Like, I have a walker now. I can walk now, but I pretty much just use it for just like long distances and like the supermarket if I'm gonna get tired and stuff, like in places where I don't have something to grab in case I do fall. So thankfully I was able to get it back, but I do understand kind of like older people or people who have like issues like this, because you are pretty much reverted back to a toddler. Like, you have to have someone wipe your butt. Yes, somebody wiped my butt. You have to have somebody help you to the bathroom. You have to have your food brought to you. You have to relearn how to write your name, the thing that is your identifier. And thankfully, like, I needed to get out of there. I'm a really independent person, if you guys know me. Um, so being in a hospital was really hard because number one, you can't have any visitors because during COVID, like, I couldn't have anybody. I had no one. I was by myself. Like, it sucked. Um, and sorry if I sound really stuffy. I have like allergies. I have to take like a Zyrtec today, but so yeah, I was by myself. So, but the thing that motivated me to do kind of like really well in inpatient rehab was like going home. I just wanted to go home. I wanted to go to my mom's house first because regardless of whatever happened, regardless of my stroke, I still had actual plans in my head of what I kind of wanted to do so that I can heal the best way possible. Like, I'm a planner. Like, I'm very type A. Like, if you guys ask anybody, I'm very type A. Like, I know what I need to do in order to get better. So, I got out of that rehab, which was really cool. Like, I had some really cool, like, uh, therapists, I guess. Physical and occupational therapy, which physical's for your legs and occupational's for your top part, which is the top part's really the hardest part. But, like, I don't know, it was hard. But anyway, after I got out of there, I went to my mom's house for about a month and a half, and then I was able to go here. She moved my apartment from the second floor to the first floor, which is really nice because I could not get upstairs at first. Like, it was going to be really hard for me. So I actually prefer to be down on the first floor, which is actually really nice. My apartment's moved now, so now I know where I live, which is actually kind of nice. So that's why it looks different. Because I'm not putting those curtains back up. I'm not putting them there. And for my closet, I don't have mirrors anymore. I just have a door, so it doesn't make any sense to put a sheet or whatever on the thing. So that's nice. It's not to my standards because I'm very like type A, but I mean, like, you can tell, like, whatever. Let me not get into it because I'm very, like, it's not dirty and stuff like that. It's just how do I fix that? Okay, so the doors run into each other. So it's like disheveled a little bit and stuff. Like, the doors run into each other. So you can tell where the people, like, did it too hard and they had to repatch it. So pretty much that. Like, the bathroom and stuff, like, you can tell it's just, like, old and stuff. But it's fine. It was free because it was part of the ADA Act, which is what I would like you guys to remember. If you ever have a stroke or if you have any reason why you can't, like, get up the stairs, whatever, part of the ADA Act. So after rehab, I had to have a regular doctor, did a visit there. Then I did a neurologist, which I want to say, you guys, like, before this, like, high blood pressure medication was never offered to me. It wasn't offered to me till it was prescribed to me when I left the hospital, and that didn't work out, so I ended up getting, it was still a little high, so I ended up changing it. But you have to ask sometimes, like, with these doctors, like, I know a lot of people, like, say, like, oh, you've got to take care of your health, and da-da-da. Like, no, like, you seriously do, because a lot of these doctors, like, they don't know or they don't care and stuff. Like, so you have to take control of, like, what you're doing. Like, until I got the right medication that, like, really, like, stayed with me and I could work on and stuff like that and kept my blood pressure, like, normal. I monitored my blood pressure morning, afternoon, and dinner time and nighttime before I went to bed. So 4 times a day. But now, because my blood pressure has been pretty normal, I only have to do morning and night. So I try not to be stressed out also, which is, like, my personality. Stressed! So it's stressful. But I try to keep it together. I have had help, which I don't understand how people who do this, like, just go out into the world on their own and have to do this, because they sent me bills right away, like, immediately. Like, thankfully I have insurance and stuff now, but, like, they sent me bills immediately. And I can imagine being a stroke victim, not being able to, like, write your hand and expected to fill out all these forms, expected to pay all these bills, expected to just do everything. Like, thank God I have like my mom and stuff to like really like take care of this stuff for me. But if I didn't have her, I don't know what I would do, because I would be stuck still. Like, I wouldn't have this apartment. She took care of this while I was like most of it and stuff, like while I was gone, and like took care of food and stuff, and just let me stay at her place while I was like, you know, couldn't walk for like a month and a half. So I mean, I really think you guys, I don't know, like she's not perfect, but she tries. Like you can tell, like she hasn't taken care of a handicapped person before. Like, I mean, my brother's has autism, but for the most part he's pretty independent, but she doesn't take care of her hand. We're like needy. We need like everything. So I appreciate her patience and having to deal with me having to ask her things and stuff. Like sometimes I don't want to ask her. Sometimes I like do stuff myself. But for the most part, like now I can do most stuff myself. Like now I can walk by myself. I can go to the fridge. Like cooking's still a struggle. So I honestly don't know if Diabetic Eats will be coming back anytime soon, because it's really hard to do with my right hand. Like I have to, part of the losing kind of like your ability to use your right side, which now I can use it and stuff, but it's slower than like my left side. Part of it is you don't remember like balance or coordination or anything like that, so I have to kind of like figure out how to like flip again and stuff, like how to take stuff out without burning. I have to remember they're there because they're not in an automatic setting. Like I have to remember, so it'll come back, but just probably not soon. Book reviews will probably, those will probably actually come back soon because I can actually do those. But it's kind of hard because I'm kind of stuck in a hard place right now. Like I just did my neurology, so I don't have any more brain bleeds, which I wanted to do this video after I did that appointment to find out if my brain was still bleeding, because I didn't want to be dying into a video. Thankfully, hopefully I'll see my 30th birthday, which is nice. Which is in 3 months, so let's hope. Yeah, so I don't have brain bleed, so now I can hopefully drive, and I don't want to go back to work yet because I don't think that I can go back to work. I don't have a doctor's approval to do any of that stuff yet, so yeah. But really kind of like the main thing I really want to stress you guys is that it's hereditary. Like you can't control it. If it runs in your family, you need to get this stuff checked on. Like you can't just be like, oh, that won't happen to me because I work out. Like, no, it's hereditary. It's important. Like just get on the medicine. Like you got to make your doctors do these things and stuff. Like the one of the speech therapists, because I got speech therapy too because it came with it. While I was in the hospital, because I was like, just in case, because I don't talk as fast as I used to before, like obviously. Like my speech is like fine for like the West Coast. But for the East Coast it's a little slow. So she was like, you need to, like, I had to beg my doctor to give me medication. Like a lot of these nurses and doctors are people too, like some of them have diabetes, some of them have high blood pressure, but they know to ask and we don't. So we need to do that. So you can avoid this, honestly. So you can avoid the bills, so you can avoid moving your apartment, so you can avoid this. It has nothing to do with weight. It has everything to do with your, at least for me, it has everything to do with my genes. I got like the crappiest genes ever. Okay? The crappiest. I mean, I couldn't get the skinny gene. Like my whole family is like skinny, except for my uncle. Like we're like, I don't get how I didn't get the skinny gene, but whatever. Also don't wear a bra most of the time, which is why I'm recording like this. Because it's, you know what? Bras are very tedious, okay? I get it, I'm heavy chested, but they're very tedious. Unless I'm going outside, I don't wear one. It's very hard to like deal with like your hands and stuff like that. Trying to get the hooks and like straps, and it's annoying. So I think that's something you need to keep in mind. So 2 things I want you guys to take away. Number 1, not a weight thing, unless it is a weight thing. I don't know. It's genetics for me. but unless you're like 600 pounds, you might not get it. But I mean, I would still check it. It's very important. So high blood pressure and diabetes, not strokes, high blood pressure. Please check that. That is not what strokes is not what runs your family. The high blood pressure is. So that's number one or number two. And number three, what was number three? Oh, be patient. Be patient with like toddlers and old people because you have to relearn all this stuff. And when you're old, or like if you're like me and you're disabled, you're like newly disabled, you're used to doing all this stuff by yourself. So it's like hard on us and you because we have to ask you to do this. Like we don't want to ask you, but we have to. Like you have to grab stuff from the closet. Like you have to set up my apartment because I can't do it. Like I literally, like even the doctors and nurses will tell you, like I can't do this stuff because I can't get tired and stuff. So please be patient with them. Please be patient with toddlers. You're just learning. Who's patient with anybody who's learning how to be themselves again because it's very hard to be yourself when you're not yourself. So that's really, I think, all I have to say about this subject. But I mean, if you guys have any questions, definitely don't be afraid to hit me in the comments. Not scared of it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just okay, just to give you guys like a hint, I'm on 4 medications right now, and I monitor my blood pressure morning and night and stuff. But again, I can walk. You see the walker behind me, but I just use that for if I'm going long distances or if I'm on the surface where I can't grab something or someone. So yeah, that's it. That's it. But yeah, if you're on TikTok, definitely follow my TikTok because you know I've been on there. But yeah, now that I don't have the brain bleed, she's pretty. Okay, bye.